Hello everyone, my name is Kalina Miller. I am a nursing student with Indiana State University, and I'm going to be talking about elderly people living with dementia and some of what this involves. The objectives for this PowerPoint is that by the end of the PowerPoint, the viewer will be able to define dementia and list some of the characteristics a person suffering with dementia may exhibit, list some of the main causes of dementia, identify the different stages of dementia, and choose the best course of action for an individual living with dementia based off the situation given. At this time, underneath the video, under the description, if you click Show More, there's a pre-post test if you go ahead and take that before we get started. Now that you've taken the pre-test, what is dementia? Dementia is not an actual disease. It's more of a group of signs and symptoms caused by other diseases or conditions. Based off Dementia 2018, it's a decline in the normal functioning of the neurological system, which affects memory and cognitive abilities, such as the ability to talk, the ability to eat, the ability to get up and do anything during the day. And dementia is caused by various things, which we will discuss in the next couple of slides. Causes of dementia. According to Dementia 2018, Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause of dementia, and it does this by destroying cells in the brain. There are other causes of dementia, including vascular, which has to do with blood flow to the brain or not getting enough blood to the brain, such as a stroke, or traumatic brain injury. Down further, you'll see that listed. If you get in a car accident and hit your head, that can cause blood to not flow to the brain properly, and this can be a cause of dementia. Others are Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, infections. Many times when an elderly person will get a urinary tract infection, pneumonia, or even just a simple fever, this can cause dementia, memory loss, can cause them to act like a totally different person. And it can actually be treated, and so this would be an acute cause of dementia, as it'll go away when the infection goes away, most likely. And there's also other causes such as diabetes, depression, and heart disease. There are studies that show that these things are risk factors for dementia later down the road. Next, we have signs and symptoms of dementia. Some of these include confusion, memory loss, agitation, anxiety, trouble with normal activities of daily living, which would be your bathing, dressing, grooming, cooking, all those types of things that you normally get up and do that a person with dementia is going to have some trouble with. Judgment issues, increasing forgetfulness. It might go from losing your keys in a room to you can't even remember where your phone is when it's in your hand, and this will start happening more and more, unlike us, who might happen every now and then, but it's not going to happen day to day. People with dementia can't cope with change very well. They might get agitated or be very anxious with change, and this didn't used to happen with them. Decreased ability to communicate, losing things, not able to focus, and depression. Decreased ability to communicate, the person might lose words, or they're going to say the wrong word in the sentence versus what they're actually thinking. Stages of dementia. There's 3 stages of dementia. You have early, middle, and late, which are also classified as mild, moderate, and severe in some cases. In the early stage, you're going to be forgetful, like I said, losing your keys, forgetting where things are when you actually have them in your hand, to personality changes, getting lost. You might be driving around the block or to the store, and they can't find their way back home. And getting behind on day-to-day life, forgetting to pay bills, simple things like that. In the middle, that's moderate stage of dementia, there could have delusions and hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that aren't there. They're going to start to have the loss of the ability to express self, like I said, forgetting different words or saying the wrong words. They're going to need help with dressing and grooming more. They might not be totally dependent yet, but they're going to start to need some help. They can't adapt as well to change, and they might forget loved ones' names. One day they might remember who their daughter is, and the next day when they come in, they have no idea who she is. In the late stages of dementia, they're totally dependent and unable to care for themselves. They're going to need dressed. They're going to need bathed. They're not going to be able to communicate as effectively. They most likely will stop talking altogether. They might make noises or sounds, and they might say something every now and then, but they won't carry on a normal conversation. They're going to stop eating and drinking eventually, and because of all this, their body begins to shut down. And this is all based off of welcome-to-Alzheimer's.gov. Caring for an individual with dementia. According to the World Health Organization 2018, caregivers of people with dementia experience overwhelming feelings as well as the person being cared for. This would just simply, when the person gets frustrated because they're needing to care for all these things, plus do everything in their own life, then the person they're caring for is going to feel those feelings, and they might begin to get agitated or anxious as well, or they're going to feel like a burden. It's physically and emotionally exhausting for everyone involved, the caregiver, the person being cared for, friends, family, everyone who's around the person or the caregiver. They're going to take a toll. Beginning stages to late stages. In the beginning stages, they're not, you might have to remind mom to pay her bills or help take her to the store just because you don't want her forgetting how to get home. As you get into the middle stages, like I said, they might not remember who their daughter is, and they're going to need more help getting dressed. So you're going to need to come over in the morning to help mom get dressed and get her ready for the day, and then come back later in the day to help shower and have supper and get to bed. As you get into late stages, you're going to have the behaviors that go along with dementia, hitting, kicking, because they don't recognize you and they don't know what's going on. Behaviors that go along with dementia, you have hitting, biting, kicking, resisting care, cursing, pinching, and refusal of care. A lot of times they don't know what's going on. They're going to get frustrated. They might act like a totally different person. Mom might never have cussed before, and now she's cussing every time you turn around. They get confused, they hit, they bite, they kick. When is it time for more help? Caregiver strain, as we talked about earlier, when you're frustrated with them, they're going to be frustrated, and it might be time to seek out some more help. If you're the only one that can care for mom or dad, you don't have siblings to help, or nobody's around, looking into other options would be a smart idea. Other options would include home health, assisted living facility, skilled nursing facility, hospice and respite, and other friends and family. A lot of people worry that if they put mom or dad into a facility that they're not going to be able to care for them anymore. They'll feel abandoned. This really isn't the case. When they're in a facility, you can still call them, you can take them out, be there, just simply being there with them, even if they don't still talk or recognize you, just so that you're there for them. Because they might know that you're there more than they're able to let you know. Wrapping it up, dementia affects 47 million people worldwide as of 2015, according to the World Health Organization 2018. There's many different causes and many different signs and symptoms that not everybody will display the same way. There's many resources out there, as we talked about, from assisted living to skilled nursing, which they take care of them completely, to hospice and home health that'll come into your home. Respite stays are through hospice and home health, where if you take a vacation or you just need some time off, they actually have people who will come in, or they'll put your loved one in a facility for a couple weeks and take care of them from there, just so that you can have a break. And everyone displays dementia differently. These are the resources I used, which are good resources to find more information if you need it. At this time, there should be a little link up in the top right-hand corner of the computer, and there is a brochure of everything I've gone through. And thank you for your time.